Caroline Cahill with Marijuana Industry News, and I'm here today with Kelly Ogilvie of Deep Cell. Hi Kelly, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So if you could give us an overview of your company.
Deep Cell is a technology development firm. We develop products and technologies and license them into cannabis and food ingredients.
Okay, and what year were you founded and where are you based?
Based in Seattle, Washington, founded in 2015. And several products in the cannabis industry. One is Ruby Cannabis Infused Sugar, the other is Sapphire Cannabis Infused Salt, and then coming in the next couple of weeks is Emerald CBD Infused Sugar.
Okay, wonderful. So you're tapping into that edibles market.
Correct. We think that edibles is the next frontier of innovation. There's only so much innovation in flower and extracts, and when it comes to edibles, the limitation is your imagination. You can make everything from creme brulee to gummy bears to jambalaya with edibles, and so we want to enable cannabis explorers to be able to focus on what they're good at. If you're a baker, just bake. Don't have to worry about growing the plant, extracting the extract. Just buy the sugar and salt and do what you want to do.
Okay, very cool. And right now, are you just in Washington?
Washington, and just signed our deal in California. The product just started selling in California. We expect to have a license deal done in Oregon by Q1 of next year, so we're excited about expansion.
Okay, and what would you say is your competitive advantage?
The sugar and salt itself, the way in which we actually fuse the cannabinoids or ingredients within the crystal structures of the sugar and salt is very unique. It's really a process of actual crystal formation. So think of it like swaddling a baby in a blanket. You take the cannabinoid and you wrap it with the sugar and salt. And so when it goes into liquid, the sugar and salt will dissolve, liberating the cannabinoid, and the cannabinoid stays suspended in the liquid. And so in terms of dosing, you don't get like this oil layer on the top or settling out of the cannabinoids. You actually get a homogeneous mixture, a pretty evenly dosed mixture of cannabinoids in a liquid solution if you put it into liquids. And so for people who use the Ruby or Sapphire in the medical space in Washington, they loved it because they got to put a teaspoon of sugar into their coffee or tea, and that was their medicine for the cancer patients who use the product.
Very cool. Now, it sounds like the unique formulation is your competitive advantage. Are there other elements that put you above the rest?
One would be technical and functional in terms of the benefits and the way the product performs in different environments. But one is also, I think, business strategy. So for us, we don't manufacture or distribute the product. We file the patents on our process, we created the brands, then we license those things out to manufacturers and distributors. So we handle the marketing, we handle the packaging, we handle the workforce development, we handle the customer service. Our licensees just manufacture and distribute to points of sale. And so in a way, it's a lot like how Coca-Cola used to have their distribution model. They would ship syrup to a local bottling plant. They didn't bottle or distribute. The bottling plant would bottle and distribute. So in a similar way, our licensees just manufacture and distribute. We handle everything else. And so by bifurcating that business model, we don't take the risk of touching the cannabis. They don't take the risk of investing in new R&D and brands, and so we separate the risk.
Okay. Now, it sounds like there's multiple ways that you're driving revenue. What are the main ways?
We charge in Washington a per unit fee. The state has dictated that if you actually take a royalty, you're a party of interest, and they don't want that. In California, it's different. So on a state-by-state basis, the business structure will be different. But in effect, it's a lot like a licensing model, where we generate fees based on performance at point of sale, or even on an enterprise basis. So for us, our business model, yes, we want sugar and salt at the end consumer. We want things in the cupboards of consumers. It's really important to us. But the bigger opportunity, we think, is on the enterprise side. So think of the thousands of companies that are coming to cannabis, right, as states fall: California, Nevada, Massachusetts, Maine. Why should companies have to grow the plant if they can just buy ingredients and manufacture the goods? And so we want to be a supply chain player, essentially powering a lot of goods. So our model really is to become the Intel inside of cannabis.
Okay.
Like a NutraSweet, like a branded ingredient on the back of a package, which allows the bakers to be bakers, or edible manufacturer to focus on their core competency, not growing the plant.
Okay. So there are so many ways to enter the market. What was the spark that made you take this particular path?
So before this company, I served as Governor Jay Inslee's Senior Policy Advisor for Economic Development, and I got a chance to see this industry go from zero to $1 million a day in sales. And there was a unique opportunity in this technology and edible space where I saw a lot of market inefficiency. And so if what happens in new states like California is what happened in Washington, you're going to see a lot of disruption come. In Washington, a lot of the growers who were profitable in medical and profitable in the first couple of years in rec are no longer profitable. And so what's happening is you're seeing supply chain differentiation like any other industry in the world. What industry in the world would you see, does an oil company pump the oil, purify the distillates, take the gasoline, put it into the pipeline, get it to the gas station? They don't own the whole supply chain, and that's going to happen here as the industry matures and evolves. And so for us, finding the sweet spot and empowering people to focus on their core competency is really important to us.
And who are you targeting? I mean, it sounds like you could go to edibles, edible makers.
Yep. So we have two core sets of customers. One are consumers. So we have the consumer-facing brands. So the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, they're very deliberate brands. They're mature brands. We're actually focusing, it's a gender-neutral brand approach, but we're tilting towards women. In Washington currently, only 2 or 3 out of 10 that walk into a store are women. We think over time that'll be 50-50 as cannabis becomes more normalized in the marketplace and the social conventions and sort of stigmas disappear. And so 60% of our customers are women right now. So we're capturing a demographic that we think will be very powerful in cannabis going forward. One that is only not just ignored, but sort of exploited, and that's going to change in the future. And so we're hoping to be part of the vanguard of changing some of the attitudes around cannabis, bringing new customers to market on the consumer side. On the enterprise side, we're looking to partner with brands that have great products that either want to put these ingredients into their products and reduce their supply chain costs, or empower new innovation or new companies coming into the space. So two different customer sets. Okay,
very nice. And then you mentioned 3 products. Are there plans for more?
Yes. So right now we're focusing on just the sugar salt and the CBD sugar. Those are platforms when you think about it. And on top of those individual platforms, there's a lot of opportunity to do product innovation on our own. So for instance, we're formulating a sleep aid. Something that will compete as a natural product to the Ambiens and Lunestras of the world. It focuses on CBN as a sleep aid. Another product we're working on is a strawberry lemonade. There's a mango drink coming. There's a variety of different products that are going to be available in the marketplace because these are just platforms you could build a lot of stuff on top of. So we'll do some of our own innovation, but then do collaboration with new companies or existing companies for products.
Okay, nice. And what's your ultimate goal for Deep Cell?
We would love to become the Intel Inside of cannabis in terms of platform ingredients, powering products. We also have some very ambitious goals on our R&D pipeline. We're investing resources in microfluidics. Microfluidics is just the ability to control droplets of liquid. And so when you think about the future of medical marijuana, it's multi-molecule dosing. That's how cannabis works on the body and the brain. When you think about pharma today, it's single molecule stuff. Lunestra, Ambien, Lipitor. It's one molecule to fix a certain condition. That's not how nature works, right? That's not how organisms work. They're complex, and there's really complicated biochemistry going on. When you smoke a cannabis plant, it's not just THC, it's the combination of THC, CBD, other cannabinoids, terpenes, and this entourage effect. With microfluidics and microdosing on a droplet by droplet basis, if you can control, my back hurts, I want more CBD, you can do that. I want to go to bed, you can control the CBN dosage. That is only possible if you can microdose consistently, and we think that's microfluidics. So a goal is, yes, to be a platform ingredient, but we have some very ambitious R&D projects that we think can help sort of turn the page on innovation in cannabis.
That sounds amazing. Well, Kelly, it has been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.